Hello everyone, my name is Disha and I'm a student of Federation University pursuing my master degree in technology, and this video is regarding sprint 2 of my master project, which is about reporting from IRMA integrated research management application for the people and publication information. So the project requirement is to create reports through SQL queries for the research team so that they generate reports from IRMA related to Federation University research and publication. The functional requirement of the project is broadly divided into five major reports. So that is, the first one is all publication field, and then publication for schools for the last 10 years, publication for school reports for the last 5 years, publication for school in total, category wise, like how many journals, how many conferences, how many book chapters, and all. And the final is the researcher report for the client that includes all information related with the publication along with all authors belongs to various schools. So in sprint 2, so the sprint 2, which is scheduled from week 8 to week 10, that is from 16th of September to 18th of October 2019, our team focused on the school and researcher reports that broadly covers the reports from 3 to 5, as I've mentioned earlier. In this sprint, we have two meetings with our client and we understood his concerns related with the previous reports we made, and we try to incorporate all the changes suggested by him along with some previous requirements. Like client added some more feature that he wanted to see the reports, like adding departments with the school. He also wanted to limit the previous reports for the last 10 years and adding of some source name subcategory of the publication. That was a challenge for our team, as in this task we are supposed to join multiple columns of various table into one column of the final report. In this sprint, our goal is to generate a SQL query so that a cumulative researcher report is created on the publication for the client, and a school-wise report is created on a publication for each school along with some extra columns suggested by the client. These reports should be able to display everything under acceptance criteria. That should display the basic details of the publication, that includes the IRMA ID, title, publication year, category, number of internal external authors, pages, DOI, source name, citation, status, and all, along with the details of the authors like the name, staff number, employee ID, employment status, internal or external. During this sprint, we as a team faced several challenges. As first of all, as I've mentioned in my last video as well, the data is accessible in university domain only. Mapping various columns of different tables into one column, repetition of entries while joining table, because when we try to join table, there are several other factors that depends on that, and due to that the repetition occurs. Say for example, one publication belongs to multiple authors and that authors belong to multiple departments of various schools. So whenever we try to map out everything, there are certain repetitions occurring during that time. So this is a tough task for us to find out what is repeating and why it is repeating and try to figure it out. And mapping subcategories of publication with the categories, subcategories. Say for example, like if it is a conference paper, then which proceeding is that? If it is a journal, then what is a further category? So we try to find it out. We get this information from which table. So this is quite a challenging task for us. And mapping the name of external authors. So it's easy for us to map the internal authors with the name, with the ID, but whenever we go to the external authors, so it's hard to map the external author name within the internal IDs. But as a team, we have successfully completed all the tasks and the user stories assigned in this sprint and able to incorporate all the changes suggested by the client and get a positive feedback and approval on the reports from our client. We have sent all the finalized reports to our client as per his need in the form of Excel and PDF along with the SQL queries that we have generated in our SQL Management Studio. And for the next sprint, we are delivering some additional work apart from the project requirement in the form of data visualization that helps in understanding various publication patterns to the client and try to do some predictive analytics. Yes, if possible, that helps a lot in decision making for our client. My role during this sprint is to do data preparation, check the data redundancy, and create the school-wise report for the queries generated by my team members. As there are 7 schools that is included in this project, and that are School of Arts, Education, Nursing, Technology, Science and Engineering, Business schools, and some other schools, as our client want a separate reports for all the schools. So what my team members have done, they have created one report which is an aggregate report, and my job is to sort that publication data, publication report, a specific school wise. As I've mentioned, there are 7 schools, so I created it a school wise. And yeah, and another thing is my responsibility is to coordinate with the client and supervisor for several project meetings and some product deliveries. And I have sent the product, the final product we try to accomplish in this sprint in the form of a zip document to our client. I believe that my basic knowledge of SQL language, which I have learned from my previous course, which I have done, ITECH 1103 Big Data, helped me a lot during this project, as I know the basic of all the functions that we applied during this project while joining various tables. Also, my Excel skills helped me a lot in presenting various reports in the requirement format. That helps in solving various problems of my teammates. Apart from this, with the help of course ITECH 7407 real time analytics, which I've done in my last semester, um, gives me a good idea about some data visualization and predictive modeling, and that we are planning in our next sprint. So we thought of doing a predictive analytics under the category of classification, as our data is presented in the form of various tables. So yeah, due to this project, I'm able to advance my knowledge in terms of SQL language, as I've gone through several tutorials before I started this project. And while we are doing this project, there are several times which made us all to focus on what need to be done at what time. So we've gone through several tutorials, and yes, we achieved some hands-on experience with the help of a real application of the language in this project. Yeah, and that's me in the sprint 2 of my project. Thank you for watching me. That's all. Thank you.